What's going on, guys? Eastern Conference Game 4. We're going to go over that game in today's video. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. Drop a like on today's video. We came up short with that one, guys, but I'm going to update the whiteboard, hopefully get another winner. We fall to 21-13 overall for the free plays. Hopefully get back on track today. And you know what? Coming off maybe the single most frustrating day I've had betting in quite some time, the 20-point Game 7 home court meltdown by the Nuggets definitely set the bar high, but it has been raised higher. I'll go ahead and put the text on the screen that went out to clients today and represents where my money was at today. The big play of the day was we had some little half unit plays, is what it is, whatever. 3 units. And for me, I know some people are like out of control. You go on like all these other platforms and a lot of people are like, oh, we had like a 60 unit month. They like average like 4 to 7 units on every single bet. Most of my bets are like 1 unit. So a 3 unit bet was pretty heavy. Minnesota Timberwolves plus 7.5, a line that went from 3.5 all the way down to 1 by game time. Significant line movement, sharp money on the Wolves. A series that's 3-0, a desperation spot. Minnesota better on the road than home. Dallas worse at home than on the road. All the metrics, 99 out of 100 categories of numbers based on the regular season point to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'll go ahead and put some screenshots on the screen for you guys to look at. With just a few minutes to play in the game, the Minnesota Timberwolves were actually favored. They were favored to win the game. In fact, that alternative spread we went with that we paired with the Braves was minus 1,800 odds. Can you even comprehend this? Minus 1,800 odds to cover 7.5 points in a tie game with just a few minutes left. 13-1 run to end the game. Karl Anthony Towns just starts jacking 3-pointers, even though he's 0 from 7. One of the worst players in NBA playoff history. Just a horrible, low IQ disaster. There was a reason he was not on the court for some of those other games at the end, and I have no idea why the coach changed his decision. You have to get Karl Anthony Towns the fuck off the court. He is just a very, very low IQ, very, very huge liability if you want to win any type of game in the NBA. So play, that's a normal loss. You know, they got swept by the Reds start to finish. They just weren't in it. Normal loss. Lose a half unit on a game where the team just wasn't in it. But for the Minnesota Timberwolves to be tied with just a few minutes left and not cover 7.5 points is it's among one of the worst bad beats I've had. And let's make no mistake about it. I am not throwing darts at a board, just spitting out random bets. My money is on this, and I went heavy on this one. I increased my money on this bet. I had almost $2,000 on that exact wager. I go down with the ship. I'm the captain, and I go down with the ship. I lost a ton of money. That would have been about over $4,000 coming back into the account. 13-1 run in like 2 minutes? Really? I mean, it's just like beyond all comprehension. The Nuggets meltdown at home. Astros up 6-1 meltdown. San Fran 6-2 ninth inning meltdown. This meltdown 13-1 to end the 13-1 run to end the game when you're down 3-0 in a series. This is insanity. And it is among the worst, most frustrating week of my entire betting career, which is over 11 years long. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that because the more we dwell on the losses, it just doesn't do any good. I just need to make it clear that I am losing a ton of money myself personally. I'm not here just spewing out like random thoughts and hoping, the darts hit the bullseye. These are real bets I'm making and real bets my clients, I assume, are taking. And it is insane. Not the fact that we're losing money. It's gambling. We're going to lose money here and there. We're going to have bad months, bad weeks. It is what it is. It's gambling. But to lose it in this fashion, I mean, you're watching the screen and there's 3 minutes left on the clock and you're almost counting your money. You're like, okay, cool. I can't, they came back, man. They fought back. I knew they would. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves we know. Got 7.5 points in our back pocket. What a great idea to take that alternative spread instead of just laying a 3-unit play on the Minnesota spread straight up. Really glad I have those extra points. Now I can just enjoy this last 3 minutes a game. Whatever happens, happens. My bet's going to come through for sure. This is a tie game with just a couple minutes to go. And to see that money evaporate is crazy, and it's tough. Let's get into today's game, guys. By the way, the Minnesota against the spread, the +2.5 was the bet I put out on SoBet. SoBet's only one pick a day, so we fall to 30-12 over my last 42 days over on SoBet, still above a 71% winning percentage. You can get access to the SoBet with the SoBet link right in the description of this video. It's less than $10 a month for my daily best bet on SoBet. Only one pick a day over there. The rest, my full card, every pick, every day is the website link in the description. But let's go ahead and get into this game here. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to take the 8 with the Pacers. Is this series a sweep? I mean, probably, more than likely. Could we see basically the same exact result? A pretty good effort from the Pacers for 3 quarters, and ultimately they melt down at the end. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're looking at 2 series that are most likely going to be sweeps, right? Well, at least Minnesota mentally knows that if they can steal the next game, their next game is at home, right? You already got to travel back to Minnesota anyway, so it wouldn't shock me if the Timberwolves give pretty good effort in the next game. But for like the Pacers, okay, you can do everything you want and you can win this game just to then go to Boston. I mean, I don't know. The coach said he'd have the team fired up. That's just a lot of points. At home, they have a tremendous record at home, even without Tyrese Halliburton. The numbers are the numbers, and I'm not just gonna, I'm not gonna totally trip balls based on bad beats and just completely irrational results. I'm gonna stick to the exact thing that has created those numbers you see at the bottom of the screen to get to 62-40 in over 100 NBA wagers. You got to do everything the same way. Has it been absolutely brutal the last last week or two? Yeah, it's been insane. And I can't believe these bets are losing, but I'm not going to change. I mean, winning percentages are winning percentages, and those winning percentages are in the profit. I'm not going to change now. It has to swing back. Even baseball in the profit. I'm not going to trip. I'm going to keep things the same way. I've done this for years and years and years and years. And sometimes it's just like the whole world's against you. I'm not going to change. I'm going to do everything I normally do. And it's got to come around. It's got to come around. Maybe we just got to get the fuck out of the month of May. I don't know what it is with May this year, but it's just been horrific. So let's just get out of May maybe, or at least end May on a little bit of a high note here. I'm taking the points, man. The metrics for the Pacers at home are crazy good. They looked fine in the last game, should have won the game. They took their foot off the gas. This is still a Boston team that's soft mentally. They shot the lights out. Al Horford specifically shot the absolute, shot the lights out. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is too many points. This is still a soft, mentally weak Boston Celtics team that knows that this series is in the bag. If they got to go back to Boston and win it 4-1, so be it. I know a lot of people are calling for the sweep. That's fine. And maybe this is a sweep. It wouldn't shock me one bit. 8 points. I'm seeing 8 points. I just checked this spread here before I started recording this video. Let's double check the money splits for you guys. I know you like to hear the money splits, so let's just check it out. See if anything's like an alarm bell or a red flag. I'm gonna guess people are taking the points with the Pacers. I don't know, man. I mean, what do we got here? May 27th, Pacers, Boston. Yeah, so actually, no. And to be quite honest with you guys, there is a little bit of sharp money on Boston. I mean, I have to be honest and read you what I see on my screen. 49.5% of bets made on the spread are on Boston. About half, right? Just about half of the bets are on Boston, but 54.6% of the money. I mean, just a tiny bit, a tiny little bit of sharp money is on the Celtics. Maybe this spread gets closer to like 7, maybe 7.5, maybe it's 7 by tip off. I don't know, man. I can't go against the Pacers at home. The metrics, the full season of statistics is too strong. Their offense looked fine to me. I think if they show up a little bit, if they can just show a little bit of defensive effort in this game, are they going to lose? Probably. Can they cover 8? Yeah, you bet you can. You bet they can cover 8 here. They're a scrappy team. Boston's soft mentally. I'm taking the points, and I'm going over the total. Not overthinking. Not going to try to, take a shot in the dark here. The Celtics can score at will, and the Pacers have shown that their offense is no problem. And if the Pacers get themselves in a very similar situation to Game 3, I expect them to not slow down, not take their foot off the gas, and continue that fast-paced scoring that they had in Game 3. So that lack of scoring at the end of the game last time might not be the same this time. Maybe the scoring continues. So I'm going to look over the total. I'm going to look at taking the 8 points with the Pacers. And I already know what I'm going to put on the whiteboard. Let's just update this and get you guys out of here. I just got to get some sleep. This has been the worst week I've ever had betting. And to lose wagers is fine. To lose this many wagers in this fashion to where the money is basically printed and then to have it ripped away in the final few seconds is it's tough. And this is I'm not betting with baby money. I'm a pro. I pay my bill. I don't have a 9 to 5. That's why I'm on here giving you guys recorded videos from 1 a.m. It sucks, man, seeing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars go out of your pocket because Nuggets can't hold on to a 20-point margin at home because a tie game with 4 minutes left, a team goes on a 13-1 run because the team up 6-2 in baseball in the 9th inning can't hold on to the game. I mean, it's shit like this, and it just makes me sick to my stomach. Should have been a huge week, tons of money in the pocket. Instead, it's hurting. So let's just try to turn this thing around. It's the only thing we can do. Got to stick to exactly what we've been doing. I'm not going to change my ways. Long term, it's been too good to me. Constantly 60-65 winning percentage, which is elite in this industry, and I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to assume that the world's against me right now, and maybe I'll get a couple more haters and maybe lose a couple more people following what I do, and that's fine. And maybe right when it seems like things really can't turn around, maybe then the heater will start. It just always seems to fluctuate in that fashion. So let's get that whiteboard updated with another winner. Let's get you guys the fuck out of here. Indiana Pacers +8. There's your whiteboard free pick winner. I mean, do they win the game? Do they not? I don't really care. 8 points just seems like too many. The Mavericks are a team that seems like they're more mentally engaged on a daily basis. The Celtics, I don't know, man. I'm not going to let a 3-0 series change how I think about the Celtics. Jason Tatum, these boys are soft. 8 points on the road. I think it's too many. Catch you guys in the next video.